Hi, I'm Eric Lawrence, the Director of Growth at Imagination. First off, I want to thank you for taking the time to reserve a one on one between us. It's either one of two things that you're dealing with right now. Either you're trying to build a brand new piece of technology that fits your users' unique needs, or perhaps you have an existing piece of technology that you're just trying to modernize. Either way, I'm really looking forward to learning more about it and seeing if Imagination can be a good fit. So, for this video, I would love for you to watch it beforehand because I really think it'll help you be prepared coming into the conversation. What I would like to walk you through is our 5 step process that we take that really separates us versus a lot of other developers and agencies that are out there. Because at the end of the day, when you get in touch with us, oftentimes you're looking for a very specific type of technology that fits your unique user needs. That's why people go the route of custom development. It's that you understand that there's not quite anything like this on the market. So it's very, very important for you to be able to build this custom piece of technology to fit those unique needs. So let's get into it. The very first piece is that for us, we've been around now for a little over a decade and we've been built off the backs of very, very happy customers. Customers like Devin and Denise. Devin, for example, came to us when he had already worked with another developer. The project was over by months. He had already paid thousands more than what the original agency told him. And I think that this is really a big issue within the space is that oftentimes a lot of companies they overpromise and they underdeliver. And then it's unfortunate because then the trust has been broken. And when we speak with them, it's a matter of repairing that trust and delivering what they expected in the first place. So for Devin, when we rebuilt it, he immediately got really good feedback by users that are out there. For Denise, we thankfully had the opportunity to get started on the right foot from the very beginning, and she's been loving the progress that our team's been making. So let's get into it. This is really important for you to understand coming into our conversation. This is what sets us apart, and this is what's going to help get you from where you are right now to where you want to get to. So, this is our development process that we take for every project. And keep in mind, every project's different as far as what it is that our client's trying to build, but the process remains the same. And that's why it's so powerful. So, we start off with discovery and planning. And this is crucial. We really take a mindset here of measure twice, cut once. Because the reality is you can have the best developers in the world, but if they don't truly understand your business process, what it is that you're looking for, and how it impacts the users, you're going to get a product that you don't like. So, really, during the discovery and planning, we go through, we build out a product requirements document, which documents all of the details of the product that we're building. We go through workshops together to really define what it is that we're building so that by the time that we get into the design and development stage, everybody's aligned. There are no questions, there are no misunderstandings. So the second stage is the design stage. This is really important because before we get started on the most time intensive and cost intensive part of the process, which is the development stage, we really want to make sure that we are aligned as far as what the design looks like, what's the user experience like. So that's the phase that we really get into where by the end of it, we'll deliver on wireframes and we'll also deliver a fully clickable prototype in Figma. But we want to make sure that you can see, and even the users, if you want to promote this to them, can see what the finished product looks like and how it flows. So once we finish up the design phase, we know exactly what it is, what it looks like, and then the development stage is really the most important piece where we're down to work. Our developers are heads down building this out, and this is also the stage where, you could see the product come to life. And when we finish all of the development, we move on to the QA and polish because you don't want to launch a product that's not yet finished or has a lot of bugs to it. When we build these, we always go through and do QA and we polish it up and make sure that the bugs in the system are clean. We have test users on the system. We want it from your side as well, that they can test it, make sure that it works exactly the way that it should, so that by the time we get to that fifth step, which is the launch, it's performing exactly the way that it should. And really, once we do launch it, we look for long-term partnerships. So that means that once we launch it, we would love to be able to stay on board and provide hosting and bug support. And we also recognize that this is like a living, breathing organism for a lot of businesses. They don't want to just develop and be done with it. They understand that they get feedback from users and there are new phases of development as it goes along. There's kind of that 2.0, 3.0, the product evolves. So we would love to be able to stay on board as the technology provider to not only just do bug support, but to develop new features. And that's the beauty of custom development. You're never pigeonholed. You can always build on top of the product. So, really, these 5 steps: discovery and planning, design, development, QA and polish, launch and support that's the process that we take to deliver a custom project. Now, for our meeting, here's some things to keep in mind just so that you're prepared. Always show up on time. In the meeting invite, there is a link to Google Meet. If you click that, be sure to join from your desktop. It just works a little bit better as far as using webcam and talking face to face. And also, if you have any project documentation, please bring that. That'll just help us be able to better understand what it is that you're trying to build. And if you don't have any, don't worry about it. We'll get deeper into it as we go. It's just as much detail as possible helps us. And the last piece is be prepared to discuss topics that are related to your project. Things like what sort of features and functionalities you want for your first version, what your timeline looks like if there are any key dates, and what your investment strategy looks like and budget. Because for us as a custom development shop, we're really flexible on being able to scope projects out to people's budget, but we need to understand what your budget looks like for us to determine if it makes sense for us to develop and if it's within the range of possibility. So where we want to get you is to the place where James, Claire, and Doug are at, where they're happy clients. They get the product that they wanted that fits their unique user needs. And that's what I'm looking forward to diving into with you. So thank you again. And be sure to check out on this page the 3 links that we have that highlight some of our work and previous projects, the blog that we have, and an article from Swagger Magazine that highlights background on our co-founder, Michael Giorgio. So thanks again, and I look forward to speaking with you soon.